Hello everybody, I'm Blazer Rebecca and welcome to A Little Lily Princess. This is a game, like I think it's like a visual novel that's available on Steam, and I really have no clue I have no clue what's gonna happen in this, so let's see. It was spring when Sarah's school life had begun, but spring in London was nothing like any spring she had known before. The morning sun was not enough to lift the chill from the stony streets, and the mist off the river blended with the smoke of countless chimneys to form a thick yellow fog. In such weather, the gas lamps burned light in night and day, flickering like stars to guide the horse-drawn ships to their destinations. But the ship that had carried her across the ocean was now a thing of the past. Here, then, was Sarah's new home. It was a big, dull brick house, exactly like all the others in its row, except that on the front door there shone a brass plate which was engraved in black letters. Mrs. Minchin's Select Seminary for Young Ladies. Ooh. Girls, gather around if you please. Wow. Come on, hurry up. We have a new pupil who will be joining us starting today. Her name is Sarah Crewe, and she is only recently arrived in England, so you must make her all feel welcome. How do you do? The room filled with choirs of gently murmured greetings. Sarah Crewe, for that was her name, looked out upon a garden of strangers. Every face was turned to her, polite and attentive and perfectly foreign. She had felt more lost than she had ever been at sea. Sarah, dear, as you can see, we have pupils here of all levels, but these three are particularly near your age. This is Miss Lavina Herbert. Charmed. Miss Ermengarde St. John. Huh? And Miss Jessie Abbott. We're very pleased to meet you. I'm very pleased to meet you as well. I have never known many girls near my age. Oh, this must be your character then. Nor any other age. Sarah's life before that point had been not isolated, but sheltered. Her mother had died when she was born, leaving Sarah to be raised by the young, handsome father who was the only relation she had ever known. Some fathers had time for their children, but Sarah and her papa had always been quite close, reading books and playing games together every day. He treated her as a little confidant, sharing his thoughts with her as if she were his peer and not a very young girl, and listened solemnly to the advice she gave in return, though he didn't always follow it. God damn it. Sarah had never felt lonely, but it must be said that she had very little experience in making new friends. Sarah's father, Captain Crewe, makes his home in India, and he is returning there as we speak. I shall expect you all to be very agreeable to her. Now, Sarah, take your seat. Your father has informed me how very much you enjoy your studies. I expect you to be a credit to this establishment. I'm not certain how to become a credit, but I do wish to learn. The statement was met with muffled giggles. Confused, Sarah looked back at Miss Minchin for guidance. Take your seat, I said. But which seat is mine? I don't know. Oh, this is nice. Save. Okay, return. Concerned that she would look disobedient if she hesitated further, she slid into the nearest empty place. No one objected, and she let out a sigh of relief. Nearby, two girls turned to whisper to each other. What a way to speak! What a way she has of speaking! So old-fashioned! Hush! And her eyes are such a queer color. A funny-looking child, to be sure. Wow, really? Well, she isn't pretty as other pretty people are, but there is something about her. She makes me want to look at her again to see what it is. And she has tremendously long eyelashes. Don't be dissing the eyelashes, bitch. Only you would notice such a thing. Girls! Thank you. Kindly pay attention to your lessons. Yes, Miss Minchin? Hold on. Don't want the music too loud. Oh! Okay, choose an activity for Sarah to perform each day. Each activity has three possible outcomes, which will change the outcomes you receive. At the end of the week, Sarah's icons will be collected and turned into resources. Becomes knowledge, becomes artistry, becomes patience, becomes sympathy, becomes grace, becomes belief, becomes vigor. Oh, I'm gonna fail at this. Cause I don't know how I can do this. How about writing diary? Practice dance. Go for a walk. No, let's read a book. Cause it's a Friday tea party. Now that the schedule you have set will be carried out. For each weekday, Sarah will point to the randomly chosen result, and those icons appear on the right side of the screen. You do not have to click to advance between days. It will happen automatically. You can adjust the speed of activities from the Preferences menu. Remember, icons are only converted to resources at the end of the week. A result of will double your current icons, but now your long-term knowledge resources. Alright. Aww. She looks so cute. Oh, okay. Dancing. Walking. Okay, didn't get anything Wednesday. Reading. Final week's results converts to 1 knowledge, 4 plus artistry, 2 plus patience converts to 3 plus grace. Okay! My room. My 2 rooms, just for me. Sarah was what was well known as a parlor boarder. Where other girls were quartered in standard issue single rooms, she had a large bedroom, uniquely decorated, and a separate sitting room with a comfortable sofa. My papa has filled them with beautiful things. Books, velvet cushions, lace dresses, a porcelain tea set, hats with great feathers that bob on them, even a tiger rug to remind me of India. Looks like a room that would belong to the daughter of a Raja, an Indian princess. I only wish that this room also contained my papa. Aww. Perhaps it does. He gave me all of these things, and whenever I touch them, I can imagine that he is with me. When I see me as farewell, I can hear his voice. My dear little missus, so here you are, in the place you always knew you must go. But be of good cheer, you will not have to stay for very long. There'll be a lot of little girls, and you will play together, and I will send you plenty of books, and you will grow so fast that it will seem scarcely a year before you are big enough and clever enough to come back and take care of Papa. I'm not in the least anxious about your education. You're always sitting with your little nose burrowing in books, gobbling them up as if you were a little wolf instead of a little girl. I've instructed Miss Minchin to drag you away from your books when you read too much, and make you go and ride your pony in the row or buy a new doll. You ought to play more with dolls. Oh, Papa, if I bought a new doll every day, I should have too many to be able to make friends with them at all. I'm happy with just Emily, and happier because I was with you when I met her. Emily, of course, was the name of a doll, a very special doll, that Sarah had discovered when her papa took her to visit the premier toy shops of London. Sarah's a large doll, but not too large to carry about easily. She had naturally curling golden brown hair, which hung like a mantle about her, and her eyes were a deep, clear gray blue, with soft, thick eyelashes, which were real eyelashes and not mere painted lines. At Sarah's instance, she had been given a wardrobe every bit as grand as Sarah's own, with frocks and coats and nightgowns and a beautiful lace-trimmed underthings. She even had her own tiny lady's handkerchief and her own cradle bag for the Sarahs. Save. Wow. Sarah lifted Emily up onto her lap and smiled at her, just as she would another little girl. My papa is on the scene now, Emily. We must be very great friends with each other. Intimate friends and tell each other things. Look at me, Emily. You have the nicest eyes I ever saw, but I wish you could speak. She brushed Emily's hair fondly, setting her in pride of place. There are so many girls in the school. I've never seen so many children in one place before. I'm afraid I shall not even remember all of their names. I've always known that someday I would be required to go away, to leave my home and my papa to come to England to be educated. I must do my duty, even if I do not like it. I dare say soldiers, even brave ones, don't really like going into battle, but they must do it anyway, and I do not cry and fuss. So must I. But, oh, it is so lonely. She could not know, of course, how quiet her quiet sorrow might be misinterpreted by others. Miss Minchin, the proprietor, had seen the loudest preparations for Sarah's pretty little room and concluded that there was a child who had always been given her own way at the expense of others. Such a spoiled little girl might be expected to kick and scream to set the whole house into an uproar when abandoned by her only parent. That she did not suggested to Miss Minchin that Sarah cared nothing at all for her papa, but only for her dresses and toys. Such was not a thought that inspired sympathy from her heart for the newcomer. Just then, there came a sound at the door of Sarah's room. Sarah was not a girl easily given to fear or startlement, but she had a healthy share of curiosity, and went at once to see what it was. Outside, the little girl sat in her bottom in the middle of the hall, her baby plump legs splayed on, and the lace of her petticoats askew as if she had just toppled over, which, in fact, she had. "Hello there, who might you be?" She looks like a doll. "I'm Lottie." Her words were hard to make out through the fingers she had shoved into her mouth. "Lottie?" The fingers were withdrawn and wiped dry among the frills of her skirt. "Lottie Lay." Sarah smiled. Here, then, was the chance to meet just one person at a time, instead of a crowd of strangers. "Well then, I am Sarah Crew, and now we are properly introduced." Aw, she looks so adorable. She held out a hand and helped the little girl to her feet. "Was this all you wanted? Can I, may I look at your doll?" "Of course you may. Come and visit me in my room, and we can have tea together. My papa left me a beautiful tea set, with lilies painted on it. It's why it's called the Little Lily Princess, I think." "Yeah, but thing is, please don't steal my doll. I will end you if you do." "Oh God, Sarah." Emily has her own service as well, aside from her hand, because she is too small to hold one of my cups. "I want to see." "Come inside then, and I will introduce you to Emily." And that was Sarah's first week of classes at Miss Minchin's Select Seminary for Young Ladies. So it looks like we have a friend. On the weekends, you can spend recesses collecting in order to unlock scenes with different characters. The requirement for each event will be listed in the box next to that character. If an event requires 5 belief, you must have at least 5 belief on the left-hand side of the screen in order to play select play event. Playing that event will lower your current belief by 5. Some scenes will not be available until later in the story. Others can only be played early in the game. Pay attention to the requirements. It's best focusing your attention on only 2 or 3 characters in order to have time to play all of their scenes. Well, there's only the one character I can do, so let's play events. "Hello, Sarah. May I come in to visit?" "Yeah, and I'm gonna end this part here, but I'll be back with more. See ya!"